The cast of Dancing with the Stars season 34 was just revealed, and you guys, it is an absolutely stacked cast, so here are my predictions on who I think is going to be our first out, who's gonna do decent, who's gonna do well, and who I think will win. As always, these are my opinions and predictions. If you don't agree with them, that's okay, but you're not gonna argue with me. Starting with the early outs, I was going back and forth on this one because I absolutely love Jenna Johnson. I loved her on So You Think You Can Dance. I've loved her on Dancing with the Stars, but Corey Feldman, I don't know much about him besides The Goonies. Yes, that audience probably watches this show, but I don't know if he has what it takes. Although I think Andy Richter is so funny and I would love for him and Emma to go far, I'm just not seeing it. Boy Meets World meeting the ballroom, Topanga being on this season of Dancing with the Stars is absolutely incredible. I think ABC is doing a good job of trying to work in the older generation with the newer generation because I know Dani Fischel from her podcast about Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World, and the whole universe. Hilaria Baldwin and Gleb, she's kind of out of left field. I'm curious to see how she does. After Robert Irwin was announced a while ago as a part of the cast and then he posted that shirtless picture, I have been rooting for him. Considering Bindi won her season, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in his genes, so I think he's gonna go pretty far. I know there's a lot of talk about Alex Earl being on it and everybody being like it's Dancing with the Influencers, not Dancing with the Stars, but she is a star. I think she's a real wild card because, to be honest, in that opening video that they did, she just did some weird little dance move that I was like, oh, this might not be good. But she's not known for doing TikTok dances, so maybe learning the ballroom dances will set her apart from the rest of the TikTok people on the show. And I say that, but then they announced Whitney from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Mark Ballas. And we all know I had my beef with Mark Ballas, and you guys were like, he's the king of the ballroom, do not come for him. And that is why I think him and Whitney are probably my pick to win. Whitney does the TikTok dances, she can learn the steps, but I think on this most recent season of Secret Lives, they actually said that they all think Whitney's the best dancer. Scott Hoying from Pentatonics, I do think he has a great chance. I think a lot of musicians always have a good chance because they have to learn music and some of them dance. Jen and Jan, they are gorgeous. I did see someone ask, because Jan was obviously on the Eras tour as a dancer, people were wondering if this will influence the votes in some way. I don't know, but he's a phenomenal dancer, so it doesn't even matter. So it really is up to Jen in this moment to learn from him and be good. I'm obsessed with Elaine Hendricks being on this season just because it was so cool to see her reunite with Lindsay Lohan at the Freakier Friday premiere. So getting to see her back on our screens will be so cool, especially with Alan. 9 times out of 10, I will always root for the athletes in it because it is so cool to see them in a different element, whether it's a football player, in this case Baron being a basketball player now dancing in the ballroom. I think I speak for a lot of reality TV fans out there when I say this is exactly what we wanted and needed. Dylan Efron on our screens again, and especially paired with Daniela. God, they are so hot. Just give them the mirror ball off that. And lastly, like I said, I root for the athletes, and Jordan Childs being with Ezra, I'm like, wait, fucking tear it up. She's an Olympic gold medalist. Despite whatever happened, she won on the floor. So they just make sense as possible winners. Let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to take the mirror ball this season.